everyone, and welcome to Bitchin in the Kitchen. Today we will be preparing salmon, snap peas, and garlic mashed potatoes, which is one of my favorite dinners. Now with salmon, you never want to overcook it, but more importantly, you don't want to undercook it. You never want to rush salmon, the same way you should never rush the state capitol. More on that later. So here we have our ingredients. We have our wild-caught salmon, we have our red bliss potatoes, organic snap peas, lemon, which will be the flavoring for most of the dishes, as well as fresh garlic. All right, so now we're gonna prepare our marinade for the salmon, which is starts off with my favorite, some white wine. About a half a lemon. Now it's time to add our spices. Got a little paprika, parsley, some cayenne to give it a kick, garlic powder, and some salt. Not much. Salmon's already pretty salty as is, so you don't need to add too much salt. Salmon fillets in there. Gonna roll them around a little bit. Roll them around. We'll just marinate them for not that long. I'll just put them in the fridge for maybe 20 minutes or so while I prep the side dishes. All right, so we have our salmon marinating and we have our potatoes all chopped up. Fill it up with water there. We're gonna boil them for a little bit. All right, so about we use about 2 big cloves of garlic. That should work. So my trick into cutting garlic is I just like to cut these little things off. I don't know, like circumcise it, I guess you could call it. And then you just kind of crush it with a knife, and it just peels right off the skin, see? Peels right off. Keep that knife down. Scoop it more together, sweep it together. All right, so we have our potatoes boiling, and now it's time to put our salmon in the oven. So it's been marinating for, as I said, about 20 minutes, and they're looking pretty good. So we will bake this on 425 for 12 to 15 minutes. All right, so while we wait for our salmon to bake and our potatoes to boil, now is a good time to reflect on the day. I've been obviously watching the news a lot lately. Been very amazed by some of the reactions of some of the states in Middle America. People rushing the Capitol with guns. They're feeling a little, their freedoms being a little trampled on. We'll try living in a 550 square foot apartment with 2 people. If I had a car, I could at least drive somewhere. I don't have that luxury. No balcony, no backyard, and God knows I'm not getting on the subway. The people wanting to go get a haircut, And they're talking about how they want to get back to work. Well, you know what? Go get a job as an essential worker. Every Walmart in Kentucky is hiring. And here we are in New York. We've been doing this probably twice as long as all these other states. Our houses are probably a quarter of the size. I'll put it this way, if you have a patio, if you have an upstairs, if you have a car, you already have it better than 95% of all of New Yorkers. I've literally been drinking on the bench in front of my dry cleaners for the last 4 days. Yeah, that's my backyard. 4 days. Just been sitting on benches in the rural vicinity of homeless people. We do the cheer at 7 p.m. Are you guys cheering at 7 p.m. for the essential workers, the people who are putting their lives on the line? Aren't you the people that are doomsday preppers? Don't you have bunkers with a year's worth of food that you've been bragging for 10 years how you could just live in this bunker in the event of any kind of a catastrophe? Why aren't you down there? Why are you rushing the state capitol so you can get a haircut? Who are you gonna shoot? You're gonna shoot the virus? Unless you have a plasma blaster, you're not shooting any virus, okay? Bullets don't kill a virus. Plasma blaster, that's it. Ghostbusters plasma blaster, then fine, you can shoot the virus. Bullets, you can't shoot the virus. All right, potatoes are ready. Give them like a little strain there. All right, so now we're going to saute our garlic for our garlic mashed potatoes in our favorite California olive ranch olive oil. Just a little bit, not much. Yeah, that's plenty. Our garlic in here. All right, so once it gets a little, kind of golden brown like that, then you're ready to add your potatoes. And then we mash them. So, my suggestion is always keep the skins on. Lots of nutrients and fiber. I like to kind of coarsely mash them. Some people like to kind of whip their mashed potatoes. I don't like that. I like them a little more hearty. my secret ingredient, cumin. All right, so we have our spices in with our potatoes, and don't tell anyone, but these are actually gonna be low-fat garlic mashed potatoes. So we're adding some skim milk. About that much. What's going to give it the creaminess is Parmesan cheese. Put that in there. Give them a stir. So it's time to saute our snap peas with a little of our olive oil. Start with that. Just a little drizzle, not much. You know, that's good. And we'll do medium-high heat. Not long, this will only take a few minutes. Do a little bit of salt. Parsley flakes. Garlic powder. Red pepper flakes. So you let that saute for about a minute or so, and then it's time to add about a quarter of a lemon. Salmon's ready. Alrighty, there we go. We will baste and then serve. So if there's any takeaway today, it's don't rush. Don't rush your food. Don't rush the state capital. Stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy, everyone. Good night.